Alright, it's MGW Gaming. I'm back with another video. In this video, I'm going to be talking about my Modern Warfare 4 wish list. So, I'm going to be listing off the things I want to see in Modern Warfare 4 and the things I don't want to see. In the background, there's a gameplay on Militia Team Deathmatch where I started a bit late, but I ended up going 42 and 2, or 44 and 2 on Militia. Alright, so let's get into it. The first thing I want to see is the Moab streak. I think it's a very unique streak to Modern Warfare, and it might not be called a Moab, but I want the general idea of a 25 kill streak that nukes the enemy team and kills everyone on the team. I don't want to see tactical nuke from Modern Warfare 2 that ends the game. I thought that was a bit overpowered, but I do want to see a Moab streak back in Modern Warfare 4. The next thing I want to see is the specialist kill streak, where if you get a certain amount of kills, could be 10 in the next games, for example, you get every perk in the game until you die. I think this rewards good players for playing well, and it helps them play even better. And it's also not too overpowered because it's just perks that you can have 3 at a time, or in some games you can have 6 at a time. So, I mean, to have all of them, some of them aren't even that useful. So I just think it's a cool, unique thing. It's not overpowered. I think it's a good thing for good players that don't really care about getting kill streaks and just want to use their gun, and Scavenger would help with that you get in it. And yeah, the next thing I want to see is classic maps. So some classic maps that I want to see are Dome and Hard Hat from Modern Warfare 3, Terminal and High Rise from Modern Warfare 2, as well as Crash from Modern Warfare 4, and Modern Warfare 1, Call of Duty 4. I think those would be great maps to have in Modern Warfare 4, and I want to see them back. Another thing I want to see is classic guns, the ACR, the Spaz 12, the Scar, as well as the M4A1. I want to see those back, and the RPG. I want to see those back in Modern Warfare 4. Another thing I want to see is a good campaign that builds on the story of Modern Warfare 3. I think that's probably the best campaign storyline that they have, and I think it would be a missed opportunity not to have the campaign play out as a sequel to Modern Warfare 3. So I like Call of Duty games with good campaigns. I think that's what Call of Duty was originally built on, and I think not having it this year was a very unfortunate circumstance, but I understand with Blackout, that's why they did it. I'm not a fan of Blackout personally, so it didn't really help me at all. It actually negatively affected me. The next thing I want to see is survival. I don't want to see a zombies game mode, because in Infinite Warfare they had that, and I didn't really like it. What I want to see is just a survival, like from Modern Warfare 3, where you load into a map and you fight computer enemies with your friends, and you try to see how long you can survive. You can buy guns from different gun stations and grenade stations and perks things around the map. And I thought that was very unique and very cool, and I want to see it back. As well as Spec Ops, which is basically extra missions where some of my favorite ones were the speedrun missions, where you would try to, beat the speedrun a certain amount of time. You had to shoot targets and things like that. I thought that was really awesome. Another thing I want to see is assists count as kills, like how they do in Black Ops 4. I like how when you get an assist, you still get credit for the kill, because I hate when you get a guy down to 1 health and your teammate swoops in and kills them. It's just very unfortunate. It causes a lot of teammates to be angry at each other for stealing kills and things. Well, in this game, you don't have that. Another thing I want to see is the manual heal. A lot of people don't like it. A lot of people do. It's very polarizing, but I like the manual heal because I think it adds strategy to the game, where you might not challenge if your heal's not loaded up, and it also, right there I try to destroy a assault pack, but I fail. But yeah, it might not. It might not be for everybody, but I like it just because it's strategic. And if your heal isn't loaded, you might not challenge, and you might be more likely to challenge if it is loaded. It also adds the possibility for the stim shot equipment, which is a thing I like. I don't use it actually, but I like that's in the game because I think it's cool for a lot of other people like it. So Another thing I want to see is good streaks back, like the AC 130 and the Harrier Strike and the Chopper Gunner. I think Call of Duty games were built on the uniqueness of kill streaks, and that's why people gravitated towards them because they were doing something. I don't know if it was completely new, but something at least new to me and something I'd never seen in a shooter before. And I think it's a integral part of the game. And I think games without good streaks aren't as fun. Some things I don't want to see are specialist characters, like from Black Ops 3 and 4. The characters could be in as skins or whatever. I don't really care about that. But the thing I don't like is that it basically gives everyone a kill streak, no matter how good they do, once per game. You can earn it more than once if you do better, but it still gives you one whether you earn it or not, which I think it just rewards bad players. I don't like that. I think if you're good, you're good. If you're bad, you're bad. You should try and get better. Like kind of like addicting to say, but I mean, I used to be shit at Call of Duty, and now I'm pretty decent. So, and the reason I want to get better is because I keep getting destroyed. So, another thing I don't want to see is OP snipers. I think they probably will be OP, especially in a Modern Warfare game. So this is kind of unrealistic, but you know, I did have fun with the intervention and Barrett and everything in Modern Warfare 2, but I'd rather not have them if I had a choice because I don't really use them that much. I'm not that good with them. Another thing I don't want to see is a whole new battle royale. I think that they should just keep Blackout, spin it off, and make its own app, and just have that be a separate game from the rest of the Call of Duty series. Another thing I don't want to see is I don't want to see equipment be specialized into certain classes. Like, I don't like how you can only use the cluster grenade with battery. I don't want the cluster grenade anyways, but I'm just saying, as an example, I think you should really use whatever equipment with whatever class you want. I don't like how they kind of pigeonhole them into certain things, and you can only use them with certain specialists. I also, I don't want to see the hack, which I'm using right now, back in Modern Warfare 4 in any way. I think EMP is cool, but to have it take over the streak, I think it's too overpowered. Unless it's like a 22, 23 kill streak, I don't think it should be in there. So I also want to know what you guys want to see. So leave in the comments your maps that you want to see back and guns you want to see back and other things like that. And what your wish list would be for Modern Warfare 4. Oh yeah, the one last thing I want to say is I want to see a better loot system and microtransactions not be a part of the game. I don't like how there's the reserves in this. I thought that's just so disgusting after all the loot box things. I thought they finally took them out and then they add them back, which is just unbelievable. I couldn't believe that. I think they should have like the battle pass like they have now, and maybe you pick a gun, you just work your way towards it, and even if they want to have microtransactions, which I know they're going to have, make it so you either buy whatever gun you want for a set price, which can't be ridiculous like they are now, maybe $2, $3 for a gun, $5 at most, and if you don't want to, then you can grind a little bit to earn it, because I don't like how it fractions the fan base. I also don't want a battle pass or season pass where some people have the maps and some don't, because I feel like that fractures the fan base as well, and it makes lobbies horrible. I also don't want to see skill-based matchmaking, finally, because I think if you want to have skill-based matchmaking, you go into a league play, which I want to see back. If you don't want to have skill-based matchmaking, you don't. So I think that's a good way to do it, and I don't know why they have skill-based matchmaking in Call of Duty's right now. So those are my things that I want to see. Let me know what you want to see in the comments, and yeah, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.